Greetings and hello there, everyone. It's me, your beloved Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good. Today, here with my General Skywalker Gas Farming Guide Plus. Now, what is a Farming Guide Plus? We're going to go over how to farm gas, all the things you need to get them unlocked. But in addition to that, we'll go over all the mods you need to get them unlocked, the Zetas that are needed as well. And then we'll take a look at all the other teams that are going to come along with gas. What you need to farm in addition to the farming requirements. So you get gas unlocked, what are you going to do with them? Who do you need? Got the 500 first, other stuff that goes along with gas as well. So it's not just gas at the top. We're going to talk about all of the mods all along the way, all the Zetas, all the Omicrons, all the stuff, everything that gas might lead you to along the way. Okay, gas jokes. Insert gas joke here. Let's talk about General Skywalker, one of the most popular, maybe the most popular character in the game, maybe the best non-galactic legend character in the game. A 6-month farm from start to finish. If you start the game and just focus solely on that, maybe even more like 7 or 8 months. Gas. What are the requirements? How do you get there? And what gets you to General Skywalker? Let's start with the basic requirements for ships. You've got to have one Galactic Republic ship at 7 stars. The Negotiator or the Endurance. I will tell you up front, you're going to have a much easier time with the Negotiator. It's going to be a lot easier battle. The Endurance will require you to do more upgrades, both for Mace Windu and for the ship. And the thing is, that's kind of extra, and after you do those upgrades on the Endurance, you won't use them later in the game, because as soon as you get the Negotiator, everything Galactic Republic switches to the Negotiator, and the Endurance falls to the sideline, to the scrap heap. It goes, and Cal Kestis is working at it in the scrap yards before. All right, anyway, you get the idea. So I prefer the Negotiator if you can get there. I would get into a guild where you're going to get that Get To currency with your Geos, if at all possible. Otherwise, you can use the Endurance. We got Anakin's Edda 2 Starfighter. It's got to be at 7 stars. All these ball like to be at 7 stars. So you got to have Anakin's Edda 2 Starfighter. Of course, to activate it, you have to have Jedi Knight Anakin. That's not gas. That's Jedi Knight Anakin. To activate the ship, you need him. And by the way, he's just a really important character. And he's going to go along with all these characters we're looking at. Jedi Knight Anakin's going to fit right in with those characters as well. So he's a great early 7-star. He's a great relic character to have early, although he's not required at relics for this gas journey. Then you need 4 more Galactic Republic ships at 40,000 plus. Generally speaking, the easy ones to get would be 5's, Umbaran Starfighter. Ahsoka's Starship is really easy to get. Plo Koon is highly recommended and maybe necessary. And then you're looking at like the Clone Sergeant tank, the Clone Sergeant's fighter, and or the Galactic Republic Y-Wing. But you need 4 more ships. You need a total of 5 ships minimum to do the event. So that's what you need. Those are the requirements. And there you go for that part of it. Now, we get to the first part of the journey with characters, and these are the light side characters required. Padme, who is you're gonna get through a journey. I think she's the only journey character required here. You're gonna get her pretty easily when you farm Separatists. If you're farming your Geonosians, when you get them up to like gear 10 or 11, you'll be able to get Padme. If not, Jango Fett, you're going to be farming every day anyway because the Houndstooth is in his node. You'll have a 7-star Jango Fett, like a gear 10 or 11 with Jango Fett. Once again, you can unlock a 7-star Padme, so you need her there. General Kenobi, you're going to get with your raid currency. So when you start getting that raid currency, you invest it in General Kenobi to make sure you get him for the gas event. Shaak Ti is a fleet node farm, pretty deep in, so you're gonna have to have some good fleets to get deep into there. I always recommend the Geos as an early fleet for you, but if you're already deep in the game, you already got that node unlocked. Ahsoka's a pretty easy farm in the Cantina shop, and 3PO will require you to get Ewoks to unlock. He's the second journey needed for this, and I lied. You can go watch my channel, by the way. I've got plenty of times where I did the Padme journey, plenty of times where I did the 3PO journey. You can see what you need your Ewoks at, what you need your characters at to get Padme unlocked as well. What are the mods you're going to need on these guys? You're going to, and I use the arrows just for example, but Padme and General Kenobi, you want a bunch of health here. The thing about Padme's lead and Padme's abilities, Padme's going to provide a bunch, I think it's 50% additional maximum health to the team. So you might as well get her and Mr. Tanky Tank loaded up with a bunch of health. Plus, everybody gets a bunch of protection up as they go with her Zetas in there. And that's based on how much health they have. So even with all the other mods that I got in here, Shock T speed, 3PO speed, Ahsoka with offense or crit damage would work as well. You still want to mix some health secondaries in there because it's going to make this team go much better. Now, what about the Zetas you get on these guys and gear levels and everything else? If you're looking at relic levels, I got the R's by Padme, relic level for General Kenobi, and Ahsoka. If you want to take the very top of the tier, General Kenobi really is a guy you need to relic for this event. If he takes all the damage, you want him there. And as soon as I say all this, by the way, and there's your Zetas. 2 Zetas on Padme required, 1 Zeta on General Kenobi required, 1 Zeta on Ahsoka required. Shock T's unique can be very helpful. So can 3PO's unique, but they're not really required for this event to get this done. As soon as I say this, I guarantee some of you out there are already thinking, well, I did it with less. You can get it with less. You can do it with less than that. You don't need them all relic. You can do it at Gear 12. Hey, I get it. With really good mods or the right setup, people have done it with less than that, less than all these relics. It can be done with less. It can be done with more. There are a lot of ways to come in and out of this event and try it with different level characters. I'm just trying to show you an optimal set. And you need to have these characters relicked anyway. So, a relic Padme with 2 Zetas, a relic GK, General Kenobi with 1 Zeta, Shock T can probably be Gear 12 for you, Ahsoka, relic. And when I say relic, I mean at least 3, 5 ideally, and Ahsoka relic with her Zeta, and then 3PO Zeta take or leave, probably Gear 12 is okay. But of course, there are people that are out there doing it at lower levels. Congratulations. Let us know in comments. Tell me I'm wrong. I love it. Okay, next, going on to the dark side requirements. You're going to need Asajj Ventress, B1, B2, the Droideka, or Destroyer Droid as we call them in the game, and IG-100 Magna Guard. These are the dark side characters you need to farm. Asajj is going to be gained from the Squad Arena shop, pretty easy. B1 is a Fleet Arena farm. Droideka's on the same node. Oh, man, I didn't look this stuff up. Okay, Droideka's on a node with a ship that you need early on, and I can't remember which one it is, so you're going to farm him anyway. IG-100 you can get in the guild shop, and B2 you can also get in the guild shop, or the guild activity store. So the hardest farm here is probably B1 as a Fleet Arena node, so you have to get to that node, just like we said with Shock T earlier. You got to get to those deep Fleet Arena nodes to get Shock T and B1 unlocked. Now, what about their mods? On Asajj, you're wanting your critical damage or offense. And now I put critical damage on Asajj here to separate her from the offense that I've got on B1 and Droideka, because critical damage is not a set for B1 or Droideka. B1 cannot critically hit. I repeat, B1 cannot critically hit. Take a look at his unique. It's right there. So you want an offense set on him with as much speed as possible as you can get on it. Droideka does a lot of true damage, so you want an offense set on him, not a crit damage set. He's a little better for crit damage, but offense is a set you want on him. You may not even want him running all that fast because, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Mods for B2, he's kind of a weird beast who wants tenacity and potency mods. Tenacity to keep him from getting stunned or dazed or anything, because he's going to get a bunch of bonus turns as you're playing. Potency, so he lands all of his buff blockers on the other team. And then IG Magna Guard, you want to make him as tanky as possible. Health and protection mods on that big boy. What about Zetas and relics? Really, the relics you're going to need IG just so he can stay alive as long as possible. B1 is probably the most important out of all of these with his Zeta. His Zeta gives him 50 extra stacks of Battle Droid, so that's really, really, really important. Really, really, really important. And having him relict and having as fast as possible with that offense set is super duper important. He's going to make this team go brr. And then B2, another relic there, just to make it as good as possible. Droideka is also a great relic. Droideka, you want to put that Zeta on Droideka. Droideka, when he is shielded, has a 35% chance to assist other allies when they use an ability. That comes in very handy when he's doing all that damage to the enemy team. And if you can get him Relic, I think that's the best way to go, but you can probably get by with Gear 12 here. But there you are, Relic for the 3 on the 2 on the right and the middle, B2, B1, and a Magna Guard. Zetas on the little diagonal tic-tac-toe, B1, B2, and Destroyer Droid. That's your best set. Once again, tell me in comments that I'm wrong and you did it a different way. You can definitely do that. You want to get the best mods possible on these guys. While you're doing that, it's going to make your journey much easier. Every journey in the game is easier with great mods. And remod. You want to remod these characters. Take your best mods and put them on them for the journey. You can always put them back later. Now, what are some other farms you're going to want to do along with gas? That's what I said. You're farming gas. What are the other teams, other characters, other groups, other units you're going to do along with gas to make him really hum in the game? And the very first one is the 501st. It's pretty simple, guys. Gas is the leader of the 501st. He doesn't really work perfectly unless you get him in there. And so you're going to have Rex, Fives, ARC Trooper, and Echo. And the order is going to be, you want to have Gas at the beginning as leader, Fives at the end, because Fives is going to have his sacrifice. It's not called sacrifice. Can't remember what it's called now. His final ability sacrifices him if anybody else dies, any that are clones. If you have him at the end, they all die by AoE at the same time. They all still revive. You put him in the middle. Anybody after him will not revive if it's an AoE and they die at the same time. Just keep that in mind. And I'm just realizing that I forgot to put gas in here for mods. We will talk. I promise we'll address it in a minute, though. So your mod examples here for mod and Zetas for the 501st clones. Rex is going to want a Zeta. He's going to want a speed set, get as much speed on him as possible. He's going to build up to his aerial assault, where it's basically an elimination. It stacks damage for every crit hit by I think it's a crit hit by 501st allies along the way, 501st clone allies. He's just going to blow people away eventually if he stays alive long enough. You're going to want to mod 5s for the most popular sets are defense, health, protection, those kind of things. Make the team really, really tanky once he goes down. You put his sacrifice Zeta. Again, it's not called Zeta sacrifice, and I can't remember. It's his final ability. It sacrifices him if another clone dies, and he passes on all of his offense, defense, protection, health, etc. to the team. ARC Trooper, you're gonna want to have a Zeta on him because then his arc turret assists him every time he attacks on a turn. He also has a 35% chance for counterattack, and so you want that turret assisting him every time he attacks out of turn. Plus, you want to mod it for offense. That's the best set for him. Echo modded for crit damage. He's got. I think his basic really works well with more crit damage in there. You don't necessarily need his Zeta. It's kind of an extra thing to have on the team. Now, I'm going to go back here. I'm going to come back to this in a minute. I'm going to talk about General Anakin Skywalker's mods. So you got 4 Zetas on gas. You want them all 4. Save up 4 Zetas for him. Save up 4 Zetas when you're doing the journey. Get them all on gas. It makes them the most effective. Get him relicked. And you want to mod him. Most people mod him for a lot of protection. You want to have an offense set on him, most likely. Offense, protection. Offense, protection. Maybe even a couple of defense on there. The reason is, when he runs out of protection, he kneels, and then the clones are vulnerable. Otherwise, they cannot lose health while he is standing. So the more protection he has, the more defense he has, the more Zetas he has, the longer he's going to stay standing, and that's where you want gas modded. Offense set, protection, maybe some defense, protection primaries, that's where you want them. And I just skipped ahead of a bunch of stuff. You saw it right there. The next other farm is going to be Grievous. Hey, you just farmed all of the droids for General Grievous's Separatist droid team. You farmed B1, you farmed B2, you farmed Destroyer Droid, you farmed IG-100 Magna Guard. They are the droids that go with General Grievous on his team. So go get General Grievous. You're going to want to farm him in the Fleet Arena store, not in the Shard Shop store. He's way, 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 way too expensive in the Shard Shop store. Get all of his shards from the Fleet Arena store. The minute you open the game, you should be farming Grievous every time you're able to get his shards in that Fleet Arena store. What are his mods going to be? Well, you got 2 Zetas, first of all. You need both of them on him. You really need both Zetas for him to function optimally. Health, health, and health, and health. You can maybe put a crit damage triangle on him. But look, all of his abilities do more damage based on his max health. So the more max health you have, you want 6 dot health mods all over this guy. And he gets bonus turns when the other allies, separatist allies, pass away or are defeated on his team. So speed isn't necessarily super important. You do want to have some speed. Don't mean that to say don't put speed on the guy. You want speed on him, but health and health and health and health is the most important set to have on Grievous. What other farms are there? Well, there's Mace Windu, who really is a great tank guy to have on that Padme team. He fits really well in there. He is, he was really useless for like 6+ years in the game, maybe even 7. They reworked him, and now he's just a great tank to have on that Padme team. He's really super effective there. You have him tanking maybe alongside GK until you get Jedi Master Kenobi. Then GK goes to that team. He's really great as a tank on the Padme team. Qui-Gon Jinn with his Omicron, we'll show you that here, and we'll go ahead and jump over this. Qui-Gon Jinn with his Omicron turns Jedi Knight Anakin into a one-man wrecking crew. You guys have watched me do it so many times on Grand Arena streams. Qui-Gon Jinn fits great here. You want an offense set on Qui-Gon Jinn because he passes 400% offense to all the other all the other Jedi on the team when he dies with that Omicron. Offense, the highest level of offense you can get on Qui-Gon Jinn is the set. Who cares about speed? I don't care about anything except offense on Qui-Gon Jinn. Mace Windu, just mod him for a tank. Health there. He's got 3 Zetas. They're really kind of, you really kind of want all of them. And there may be a specific, but you really want 3 there. And then Commander Ahsoka. I realize you can't get her until Proving Grounds. When you hit 4 million, you'll start unlocking her slowly. But if you put her on a Padme team or eventually a Jedi Master Kenobi team, but on that Padme team, she adds 50% health, protection, offense, defense. She adds 50% of all that stuff. She makes that team even tougher to get through. It's going to get you a lot of holds, a lot of wins. You want to get her 3 Zetas on there, especially her final ability where she can eliminate someone. Completely destroy. It's an annihilate ability. Get that Zeta on her first and the other 2 as well. And you want to get her as fast as humanly possible. You want her taking a lot of turns. Get Commander Ahsoka Cat taking all of the turns. And what does this farm lead to? Down the road, if you're farming this up, you are eventually going to have as a target Lord Vader. You're going to have Gas, you're going to have Padme, you'll have ARC Trooper, you'll have Echo. All 4 of them are part of the Lord Vader journey, Gas and Padme at Relic 8. You need the Bad Batch in there as well. You need Embo in there, some other characters too, but you've already got 4 of the characters in there for the Lord Vader journey. And by the way, if you're going to get Lord Vader, you really need Maul, so just keep that in mind. But the Lord Vader journey is an eventual target, or perhaps your Jedi Master Kenobi. You're going to get General Kenobi in there. You're going to get Shakti. You're going to get pieces. You're going to get Grievous, IG Magna Guard. You're going to get all these pieces for Jedi Master Kenobi as well. Myself, I think Jedi Master Kenobi is a better early target. Commander Ahsoka is available earlier than than Maul for most of us. Although over time that's going to be basically the same down the road. So anyway, Jedi Master Kenobi, Lord Vader, they both need their second pieces. Jedi Master Kenobi needs Commander Ahsoka. Lord Vader needs Maul. These are your eventual targets with the Gas farm. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There is your Gas, your General Skywalker Farming Guide Plus. Hopefully this helps you in your journey. Maybe even learn something new today. If you're looking for Gas, it's not cheap these days, but you can get General Skywalker to make up for it and make yourself feel good. That's it. That is our General Skywalker Farming Guide Plus. I hope everybody has a great day. And of course, I hope you always remember, Nooch Too Good.